Being a one-hit wonder is both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, you have a song that soars up the charts and makes you famous. On the other hand, this success doesn't last, and you could be stuck playing disco duck for the rest of your career. But even that fate is not totally bad news. I mean, very few people are going to become Elvis or the Beatles and churn out hit after hit after hit. But maybe, just maybe, you could be the person who writes the next Macarena and get your 15 minutes of fame. I'm your host, Nostalgic Nick from Do You Remember? And today, we're counting down 10 of the best one-hit wonders from the swingin' 60s. Did we miss your favorite one-hit wonder from the 1960s? Let us know in the comments. We read all of them. Alright, let's get this playlist started. Do You Love Me? The Contours, 1962. In early 1962, legendary Motown songwriter Berry Gordy wrote Do You Love Me for a young and upcoming new group called The Temptations. Berry knew he had a hit on his hands, with the only problem that the Temptations were nowhere to be found. Needing to record and release his hit as soon as possible, he grabbed fellow Motown group The Contours, who were already in the studio, and the rest is history.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance.
The song references numerous dance fads of the 60s, combining them all into a raucous good time. Do You Love Me flew to number 3 on the charts, becoming an instant dance sensation, and the band's only top 10 hit. Although they continued to record music and tour for years, the Contours never achieved this level of success again.
That just like in 1962, we can still shake them down.
However, Do You Love Me charted all over again in 1988 after appearing on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, and continues to appear in movies and TV to this day. Notably, it appeared in Steven Spielberg's Tiny Toons, introducing another generation to this timeless classic.
I can really shake them down.
Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum, 1969. In the late 60s, Norman Greenbaum was a struggling singer with Dr. West's Medicine Show and Junk Band, a psychedelic jug band that got a big break opening for the legendary Sonny and Cher. And for an additional Sonny and Cher kick, check out our deep dive episode on the hit duo. So, one day Greenbaum heard a Porter Wagner gospel song and decided that he wanted to try his hand at writing one.
Each time the noise came louder.
He sat down and in 15 minutes wrote Spirit in the Sky, a smash hit in 1969 that went to number 3 on the chart. Spirit in the Sky fuses rock and gospel in a way very few songs have. A fuzzy guitar, gospel backing vocals, and uplifting lyrics of hope and salvation combined to make a unique magic no one had ever really heard anything like before. Unfortunately, Greenbaum was unable to replicate this success, and by the late 1980s was working as a cook in Northern California. But then suddenly, there was an explosion of licensing agreements for the song. Greenbaum's one hit is now set up to comfortably support him for the rest of his life. Nah Nah, Hey Hey, Kiss 'Em Goodbye, Steam, 1969. When a group of session musicians recorded the song Nah Nah, Hey Hey, Kiss 'Em Goodbye as a B-side for singer Gary DiCarlo, they thought nothing much would come of it. And when the producers asked what their name was, naturally they looked around for something to say. And after observing some mist rising from manhole covers outside the surrounding studio, on the spot they came up with Steam. The triumphant breakup ballad quickly flew to number 1 on the charts, and the group decided to record an album and tour together full time. Unfortunately, Steam couldn't keep their steamy momentum and never charted another single. But then, in 1977, the organist for the Chicago White Sox began to play the song to taunt opponents in the middle of blowout victories. And the tradition quickly spread to every major sporting event. Who hasn't sat in the stands and gleefully sung Na 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 Na, Hey Hey Hey, Goodbye?
Finals.
Monster Mash, Bobby Pickett, 1962.
They played the Monster Mash.
Monster Mash might be the only Halloween hit that has stood the test of time, Bobby Pickett was an aspiring actor who occasionally played music to make ends meet, when he started doing an impression of famed horror movie actor Boris Karloff.
I played the Demon King in Cinderella.
His friends loved it, encouraging him to do more with the hilarious bit. So he wrote a terrifyingly catchy song about a group of dancing monsters that was sung in his Karloff impression. Released just before Halloween, the song instantly shot to #1.
And you can monster mash.
Pickett never had another hit, instead retreading the monster theme, releasing Monster Holiday, Me and My Mummy, and Monster Rap.
Shock the body, body, shock the body, shock the body, body, shock.
In-a-gadda-da-vidda, Iron Butterfly 1968. In-a-gadda-da-vidda is one of the first Billboard hits that is considered heavy metal, featuring a fuzzed out guitar riff, powerfully throbbing drums, and an eerily ominous organ. The song certainly rocks. While the single that was released clocks in at a measly 2 minutes and 52 seconds, the album version lasts for over 17 minutes. Even the title came about through a bit of heavy metal excess. It was written by organist Doug Engel while drinking an entire gallon of red wine. When he played the song to the rest of the band, he was slurring so much that they couldn't understand what he was saying. And so, a song originally titled In the Garden of Eden became In-a-gadda-da-vidda. Iron Butterfly never had another song as successful, but In-a-gadda-da-vidda lives on, famously appearing in a Simpsons episode using its original unslurred title.
Wait a minute, this sounds like rock and or roll.
Wipeout, The Surfaris, 1963. The epitome of 60s surf rock, Wipeout was a happy accident. In 1963, the Surfaris were a group of young high school friends who were in the studio recording their song Surfer Joe when the band realized that they needed a B-side for their single and wrote the instrumental Wipeout pretty much on the spot as a throwaway. But with a furious drum solo that was a sped up version of the group's marching band cadence, the song was an irresistible summer smash. It quickly soared to #2 and stayed on the charts for 30 weeks. The Surfaris continued to record music, but nothing else they released matched the popularity of Wipeout, and the band broke up in 1966. Wipeout can still be heard in movies such as Dirty Dancing, The Sandlot, and Toy Story 2, and will always be a summer favorite. Nobody But Me, The Human Beings, 1968. If repetition is the key to success, then the Human Beings certainly succeeded with their 1968 hit, Nobody But Me. In '68, the Human Beings were a rather unremarkable cover band struggling to make any traction in the music industry. In fact, they were so unknown that their record label misspelled their name on their contract. A G was dropped, and the Beings became the Beans. However, that all changed when they covered the Isley Brothers' 1962 failed single, Nobody But Me, a song about a man proudly proclaiming his dancing prowess. Nobody But Me was an up-tempo, feel-good dance hit and quickly went to #8 on the charts and into the record books. The song holds the record for the most repetitive Billboard Top 100 single, with the word no being repeated over 100 times, including an astounding 31 times in a row. The band quickly faded back into obscurity, however, and by 1969 they had called it quits. Nobody But Me continues to live on, however, appearing in Kill Bill and in TV's The Office Season 7 intro. Just One Look, Doris Troy, 1963.
Just one look, and I knew.
When James Brown discovers you at the Apollo Theater when you're just 16, it definitely bodes well for your future music career. It seemed as if the sky was the limit for the up-and-coming new singer. Just One Look was a prototypical 1960s soul song, an upbeat love ballad that you could dance to. And in a departure from a lot of songs in the early 60s, it was actually written by Troy herself. The original demo that she recorded for Atlantic Records was so good that the label decided to release it as is, rather than re-record it, and it rocketed up to #3 on the charts. Unfortunately, Troy's early promise didn't last, and she was unable to chart another hit. Although she continued to sync back up long after her solo career ended, her career definitely peaked with Just One Look. Sugar Sugar, The Archies, 1969. Sugar. The weird Weird Sisters from Harry Potter, Bill and Ted's excellent band Wild Stallions, Sexual Chocolate of Coming to America fame. These are all fictional bands that made audiences fall in love with them, but none of these groups were as successful as the Archies, who have the distinction of being both a fake band and the singers of 1969's #1 hit, Sugar Sugar. The hit song was recorded by session musicians to be a single for the Archies, a cartoon band from the TV show of the same name. However, record companies were hesitant to play a song from a made-up band, so the record company gave the song to radio DJs with no label and told them it was a mystery group. And boom, Sugar Sugar shot to #1, with the fake band selling over 1 million very real records. Well, the Archies never had another hit, but the song continues to be used in TV to this day, making appearances on The Wonder Years and The Simpsons.
Sugar do 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 do. Honey honey do 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 do.
There you have it, 10 of the most memorable one-hit wonders from the 1960s. Whether surf rock classics, holiday traditions, or even sung by cartoons, people flat out loved these songs. And if that success was fleeting, that doesn't make it any less sweet. So what was your favorite one-hit wonder from the 60s? Tell us in the comments below and we'll respond to your memories. As always, please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more fantastic throwback fare. Till next time, from all of us at Do You Remember, thanks for watching.